Hi everybody, this is Scott from St. Al's, Boise. I'm just going to go over a few things on the C1, like we're going to go over how to set up the device. And I'm going to go over some key details between the two devices. Here we have the C1, here we have the MR1. So I'm going to go over little information about the differences between the two, as well as things that may be missing from one or the other. So first off, when we're setting up the device, go with the C1 first, you're going to get that package. It's going to be kind of coiled up like this. On this, you're going to have this exhalation valve. Make sure that you take off this plastic piece. Do not throw this away. The reason being is it's really nice to have this to actually cover this back up for when you are done with your trip. That way this little exhalation diaphragm here doesn't actually disappear and make your life miserable when you're trying to put it back together for the next trip. When you're getting ready to set all of this up, what you're going to do, you're going to plug this in off to the side. I find it easier if you actually take off the valve from here. You're going to plug this in right here, and you're going to give this a little quarter turn. After that, we need to actually install two of the round small filters. So we're going to put one right here, and one right here on the inhalation and on the exhalation. Reason for that is, yes, this does have a HEPA grade filter here on the back. However, you do, according to Joint Commission and everybody else, you do actually also have to filter the incoming air as well as the outgoing air, because nobody ever likes to get that notification of, oh hey, by the way, that patient you transported the other day, they have active TB. After that, you're going to take these two parts of the circuit. Just keep in mind, if you forget which way they go, they just will have it going forward on all times. You're going to take and attach one. A little bit when I was taking it off, and then attach the other. So they just attach like this, and then they go straight forward. Here you can see the inspiratory limb right there in the center, that's that blue, and then the expiratory part is right around it. Now, important features, Then, make sure you hook up the actual flow sensor. It's going to be white to the clear one, blue to blue. This other port's for the nebulizer, so don't try to put it on that, it won't fit. After you're done with that, we're going to go to the pre-op check. We got to do two tests on this device. First, we're going to be doing a leak test. So you just do the top one right here. Disconnect it. I like using these little red caps. Cover it back up when it says to block it. And you're good to go. I just took that off just to get there. At that point, I don't need that anymore for right now. Then we're going to do a flow sensor test. Take off the little clear piece, stick it on the end, hit flow sensor. It says to disconnect the patient. Now it's saying to flip it. So we're going to flip it upside down. Wait for it to tell you to do otherwise, so it's currently calibrating. Now it's saying to flip one more time. Put it right there. Then we're just waiting for it to finish. Alrighty, now you are good to go for your transport. I just take and clip this back up over here so you don't lose it. Then you're able to exit out of that screen and then go about your business. Now the important thing is the differences between the C1 and the MR1 versus the C6 is this physically does not have a volume mode. So if you look at your modes, all you have is CMV, same as PRVC of course. You have pressure AC, you have a spontaneous mode, so CPAP pressure support, ASV, then on this one you have non-invasive, then there's a non-invasive with a backup rate, so ST, and then you do have high flow on this guy. Now on here, if you were to look at the MRI vent, this one also is loaded with APRV, has all the other same modes, but does not have high flow. So we do not have that option to go into the MRI suite with a high flow device. Now once you get the ventilation started, it's going to be just like you do with the C6, so not a whole lot of change there. These are not to come off of the stands, mostly because if these do fall on the ground, they will break. This one here has a 4.5 battery life, whereas the MRI vent has a 9-hour life. Now, these exhalation valves that come in that package are going to be different than the C6 ones. Unfortunately, you cannot mix them up. If you do, well, they physically will not attach. So please don't try. Now, if you look on the front of the MRI vent, there is the Tesla SPY here. It's measuring how many Gauss there are. Before you even bother setting this up, make sure that this little green light here is actually flashing. If it is not flashing, do not even bother setting it up. That means that somebody was not listening to any of the instructions, and they actually got this too close to the device, or to the MRI scanner. Now with this green light, there is a 2-second delay. So if you are going towards the scanner, towards the scanner, towards the scanner, that means that after 2 seconds, it's actually red where it was at. After that, it will actually go yellow. If you keep going too fast, too fast, too fast, it's going to hit red, and then all of a sudden, you've damaged the machine and it's no longer going to be operable. If that's the case, you're going to actually take them off and you are going to bag them. Now, most common question is, well, how close can I get to the machine? Maximum, the closest you can get is 3 feet. Now on the front of here, right here, there's this little hook, or little eyelet I should say. We're going to have a tether attached to the MRI, in the MRI. So you'll see the tether attached here to the machine. When you first get in there, clip that little tether up to the wall, and I can guarantee you that that machine will not get close enough to the MRI, so it will actually cause any damage. Also, when you do get into that suite, make sure you unlock the brakes. So squeeze the handle and get that unlocked, so these, it will not move without you actually pulling the handle. See, there you go. Alright, and that's pretty much all I have for you right now. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.